Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 16 of the Greatest Attorney 2 Resolve. Last time, we completed the first day of court for the second case, and we returned to Sherlock's house where we did some examining of the room, and talked to Sherlock where he told us about his skin print technology. So anyways, let's get a move on. Wait, out of curiosity, is there something new here? Okay, let's just talk about today's trial and the like. It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand. I know! Not only that, but then finding out that he actually is a barefaced gas leaf as well. Yes, that was certainly a surprise to us all. For a while, it seems as though everyone had quite forgotten about Saseki-san's poisoning the tea. Careful of your phrases, Sao-san. He didn't poison anything. And there's more of this Mr. Shakespeare than we know. I'm sure of it. Mr. Shakespeare certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first. What's become of him, actually? I was told he'd been returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment. Oh, which one is that? Let me see. Ah, yes, he's at St. Bartholomew's, or Barris as Londoners call it. We know that place, don't we? Yes, we visited Miss Green there yesterday. It's the same hospital at which she was taken. Ah, yes, after Saseki-san stabbed her in the back. You be careful of your phrasing, Naruto-san. He didn't stab anyone. Perhaps we both owe Saseki-san an apology. St. Bartholomew's. Yes, we should probably visit the hospital later. What's next? So, we know that Saseki-san took the tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he wasn't the culprit, then obviously... Yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea. But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shakespeare's body? I'm sure we'll get a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shakespeare's room that will help solve the mystery. Well, naturally, Scotland Yard detectives have been over the place already. But it couldn't hurt for us to have another look around, I think. Definitely. And I'm desperate to know about the outcome of the investigation to the tea left in the bar of soap. Well, if we run into Inspector Grayson, we could ask him about that. Kazuma's wishes. Kazuma Sogi, the best friend I ever had, and a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. I can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. You get to spend all this time in my cabinet. As a stowaway? Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you can curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will ever know. And no one was concerned about where Ryuunosuke went. Just they were all like, screw Ryuunosuke. We don't care where he goes to. Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these lengths so that I can accompany you to Great Britain? Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial, that you really ought to go into law, be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it, believe me, I guarantee it. But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. But anyways, London is the cultural capital of the world, the city at the forefront of everything. It can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes. No, that's true. I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day... One day what? Oh, no. Never mind. Naruto-san! Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about Kazuma. Yes, he's forever in my thoughts, too. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream, and that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course. Yes, that's right, but... Yes? I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know, the thought just takes hold of me every now and then, that's all. Naruto-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions? I mean this. His katana. I never expected you to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course. No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it. When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage. Yes. Actually, the night before he died... Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little something about the sword. It contains the spirit of a dead samurai. The ghost will haunt you every once in a while. Karuma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asoki clan. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryuunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. Something you have to do. Yes, I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through with you until the end. Sorry, I was looking over my iPad to see the time. I knew you wouldn't let me down. What do you mean by something very important that I have to do? I had hoped that the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as of yet, I found not a single clue. I see. Okay, we've done all the conversations there. Okay, good. Apparently, if you do... Okay. Okay, anything else here? Okay. Just want to make sure, Miss Green's hospital bed. Just want to make sure we weren't missing anything. 22nd February, St. Bartholomew's Hospital. Recovery ward. What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance. Yes, I hear angry voices. Be not angry, O ample lady. Verily, thou art mistaken. Mistaken, my foot. You are looking at my painting. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed the poison that mustachioed villain hath given me. Forgive me, lady. I wish you died from that poison. God have mercy, ample lady, but thou seest I still vigor still. Behold my sham spear dance. Behold as I jump like a bunny rabbit. I will invent the bunny hop, and I shall be the life of every party. I shall live on in the hearts of everyone who does the bunny hop. I am bunny hopping for dominance. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it? That smile is just disturbing. Like he's gonna kill you in the middle of the night. Ah, Lotus the lawyer from the land where rises the sun. How now? What are you doing here, Mr. Shanasphere? Mary, I do believe I am returning unto another ward. He was looking, that's what he was doing, looking at my terrible work. Eastern fellow, so dark ye clad. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee. Oh, well, thank you. But I will snap your neck like I would this staff. This staff is your neck, and the bending of it is what I shall do to your gullet. That doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Behold my glorious rod! Anon execunt! Mr. Shanasphere might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person. Ah, Miss Green. Is everything all right? Oh, yes. I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see.
We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green.
Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Examine everything. You know my way. Okay, good. Nothing else to say. We don't have to deal with it. Okay, nothing else apparently. We have... Okay, good. Let's examine you. So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green? I am, thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me. Well, yes. It really was an ordeal, wasn't it? As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along in the snow one evening, minding my own business. And then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the abysses had been cleared up already.
What a terrible week it's been for you.
Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I'll look back on this fondly. Really? Anyways, I must be getting my things together now, so I'm ready to be discharged. Oh yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're obviously busy. Okay, we checked everything out there. Let's move out. Shakespeare's room. Wait, if the box was taken by the I'm kind of confused. If the box was taken by basically Meterman, how is it here? If it was taken by the court, how is it here still? We weren't given a photograph. We were given the actual box. So how? Oh, hello there again, Inspector Gregson. What are you doing here? Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually.
The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware. CzarThwomp can't speak today.
Yeah, I know the score. Oh, yes. One other thing. The soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With the tea in it? Yeah, we found it all right. And there was a small amount of tea in it, as you said. I knew it. It's with the identification section at the yard now. They'll look into it. The results should be available later today, and CzarThwomp just his headphones with his own controller.
That's wonderful news. Thank you.
Pretty impressive performance in court this morning. Sorry? Drop stage me? Well, look here. If you're trying to get into the Sherlock Holmes novels, you got nothing in common. I've been chasing these parts when it comes to character roles, and you're not taking mine. I am the rival. I have a cool theme song and everything. My lady and I went over it. It goes something like da 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 da. It makes me sound classy. I'm sorry. It makes me sound classy yet also threatening. Nothing. Forget about it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here. I am touching this robe. It is now mine. Da 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 da. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any lights, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winter's gonna be very harsh, unless you have ice coins.
That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change.
London's winter's gonna be very harsh for the forgetful too, then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susasa and I are going to make it to spring.
That's true. We don't even have a meter at Raker Street, let alone a gas stove.
Look at how dark the sand on the floor is underneath the meter here.
Yes, from the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in court this morning.
It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it?
Mr. Shakespeare must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose.
It was an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. Okay. Window. The sun never shines in this room thanks to that depressing bricked-up window.
Yet, with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks or set some soap outside, can you?
That sounds like a very wise life lesson, Mr. Sato.
If only you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruto. If only you joined me and Iris in our drug schemes. We could become the kingpins of London. So it turns out that Mr. Chancellor wasn't eating the soap at all.
That's right. The mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved.
Yes, to prise his latest ice queen out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two.
It certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. Cups. Ah, the ill-fated teacups from which the two men drank from on the ill-fated nights.
During their heated literary debate, yes.
Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? It sounds like it was quite the discussion.
Now that I think about it, I'm sure that the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison.
Well, poison and a knife stab. That's fiction, Miss Susato. Let's hope it stays that way. Sherlock, Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there? What a question indeed! Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene? And plus, I was looking for a good pimp robe. You see, Iris, she told me that I would be a very good pimp. I would be the detective pimp. Instead of beating people with my pimp cane, I would spritz them with my foul liquids and acids. Oi! What are you doing here, Sholmes? What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems.
Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents and acts as you promised?
With the greatest of pleasures, my dear madam. These goggles also fire laser beams. What's all this? My laser beam goggles. It allows me to break into the bank. How did I get my funding? Oh, this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruto. Sherlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun. Don't worry, it will only cause third-degree acid burns if it touches your skin. Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. A sample from Mr. Shakespeare's cup? Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By deliberately spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on. There now, spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed. Spray? How? How do I do that exactly? Ugh, the blue is just really cutting into my eyes. Ugh. Okay, I'm starting to see doubles. A little press of the A button on the area you're interested in is all that's required, like this. Ah, what is that stuff? It's like a fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator in a pressurized gas. It's the most effective way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered incidentally while I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We might learn something interesting about the victor's movements on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Come on. Okay, come on. Let's spray everything. Okay. Spray. Ah. Okay. Okay, any more? Over here. Okay. Okay, more stuff. Oh, look at all this here. Ah, yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints.
Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot?
Oh, perhaps he had a bad fall, just here.
There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over there, though, is there?
I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over.
I think there's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation. Okay. More. Okay. Okay, how much more do we have to spray? Is this gonna be the episode from now on? I'm just spraying things. I'm spraying the table. Okay. Anything by the chair? Okay. Okay, apparently if something doesn't have any fingerprints, we really can't check it out. Yes, we already did that. Okay, am I missing something? Okay. I'm just checking this out again. Okay. Okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? Okay. Ah, look there! Look there! There are dozen handprints there. So there are great many indeed. So much so that it's hard to make out the one individual print. In fact,
It sends chills down my spine.
perhaps he was leaning against the wall whilst he was admiring this picture. Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene, after all.
And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from so close quarters, I feel.
Oh, very true, Mr. Sato. It's a bit of a mystery, then. Oh, thank goodness, the light has returned. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we?
We did, but there are two places in particular that are of interest, wouldn't you say?
The handprints on the floor here, and on the wall by the picture, you mean?
Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment.
Sato just rips off the 2x4.
Ah!
What is it, Mr. Sato?
Look here, Mr. Naruto. One of these floorboards has popped out.
One of the... You mean... It's a secret hiding place? Excellent work, Mr. Sato. CzarThwomp just bepped. So, what do we have here then? Oi! What are you not doing? Inspector Gregson, stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate here. I'm not letting you make me look bad. Fish and chips don't come cheap, and I'm not losing my pay. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips while we dig under the floor here. Your fancy talk is putting me out of my food anyway, Sholmes. A bit of new evidence is exactly what I need. Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find.
It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami mat.
No, I know, but I never expected one of these floorboards to move either. It's got me wondering, how about the wall over there too? Aren't you curious?
Oh! I'll investigate once. There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall.
How disappointing. But then how do you explain the handprints?
Well, I really can't think of why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in that one place like that.
Maybe you like to feel the wall. I sometimes touch my wall. There you are, print for you. The photograph of the handprints on the wall. Oh, thank you very much. His invention can make prints too. Now then, I wonder if Inspector Grace has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know.
So am I.
Examine the floor. Examine it. I'd love to know if there's anything in underneath the floorboards there. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. I pretty much pay his bills. Inspector Gregson, really? It's been too long. What is it, Sholmes? Oh, I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends. We're not friends. No, I suppose not. In that case, yeah, and then Sherlock goes up, and then Sherlock pulls out basically a walkie-talkie that he created. Oh, what you got there? Just something that allows you to talk to Iris. Yes, Iris. Hello there.
What's up, Joe? What's up, Holmesy?
Apparently Gregson is not my friend anymore, and as such does not want to be in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. No, my lady, please, we're best friends. Don't listen to him. No, I suppose not. A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. I killed to know what was under that floorboard. Alright then, fair's fair. What? You didn't discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in. Really, Inspector? Thank you. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather. Oh, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. If anyone's the nut here, it's you. There were 3 arms under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box full of nudie pics. Now, what do you want to know? Tin box. Now, this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it? Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind the case, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. Yay, finally enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty. What? Shakespeare, give us a clue, man!
You didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruto. But anyways, at least we found out what's inside the box.
Yes, thin air. It's empty. Rather like how I feel inside. Is there something more to this box then? I wonder. Newspaper clipping. Looks like this was got out of the paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving up time in the Manchester. How terrible. It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, he say, but nature caught him first.
Oh my goodness! He committed a capital offense?
Man by the name of Selden. Nasty piece of work into burglaries and murder. They say the hoard he knocked off was worth about £1,000. A hoard? Of treasure, you mean? Jewelry in the lock, but he hid it somewhere, and no one knows where, and now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell. Or some such was their line. Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor? I suppose now that you mention it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back in the yard and see if I can turn anything up. The capital offender article has been entered into the court record. Photographic print. So, this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me. Yes, he would have appeared to have been taken on the street in front of the house.
And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Gerda, the landlord, of course.
But who's the man on the right? Mr. Gerda's son, perhaps? Perhaps you can take the print if you like. Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the yard already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Ah, is that true? Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information is one of my pastimes. I'm not Detective Gumshoe. I don't live on instant noodles and sadness. Sad part is this place will probably be high class for Gumshoe. Whoa! They have lights and heat! This is the palace! My inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work. All the more reason I'm not telling you. I'll tell Iris you were being stubborn. No, please. A dismal failure. Yes, I heard. A hidden photograph has been added. I wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shakespeare himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Gerda was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. The cat's been kidnapped!
Oh, look, it's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name?
It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. Why don't we call it, Wagahai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. I wonder how he got in here, clever cat.
Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, let's, here's something delicious I brought for you from the cat's meat man. He's going to be happier now. Look.
I just hope we can bring some happiness to its owner, too. Okay, I think now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. With that, I'll see you next time. Bye.